Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Oyinwata and I am super excited to share this fermented orange soda. This thing has been in my vault for a long time and I am so excited to finally share it. Now, if you've tried my pineapple skin gut-friendly probiotic bear, you're going to absolutely love this one. In fact, that pineapple skin one, you're going to throw that one away. Let's get right into this because I'm so excited to share this recipe with you. Anyway, first things first, I already shared a detailed video with instructions on how to prep your fruits and vegetables before fermentation. I mean, this applies to all fruits and vegetables. So whether you're using carrots, beets, pineapples, zucchinis, okay, I'm messing around. Oranges, ginger, whatever it is that you plan to ferment, cabbage, whatever it is that you want to ferment, really, it applies to, all of that. So just a little recap before we dive into the making of this juice. So it is a vinegar bath that you have to do, and after the vinegar bath you can either do a baking soda bath or do like I do, because baking soda is actually really expensive. You can just use salt and use a little sponge or a soft sponge to tidy up the skin, or you can use toothbrush. Like I said, if you come to my kitchen, you'll always find a toothbrush there. I use it to wash ginger, peppers, and some fruits, some soft fruits. Anyway, moving along, to make the drink, after washing and prepping your orange, for the sake of this video, I am using 3 variants of orange. So I am using the navel orange, I am using clementines, and I am using locally grown orange. Now, when I say locally grown orange, I live in Nigeria, so if you don't have if what you have is the clementines or mandarins or navel oranges, those are fine. But I'm using locally grown orange, that is the Nigerian orange. Now I'll also be using ginger, because ginger is really good. Like, the skin of ginger is where the yeast is. Ginger is one of the strongest things that you can ferment. It is, as in, the fermentation is so quick and it is buzzy. In fact, you find that most fermented drinks rely on ginger bug. That is to show you how strong ginger is, and that's the only reason why I am adding it to this orange soda, because I want that kick from the ginger, as well as I want it to get fired. I want the fermentation to get fired up almost immediately. So just like I did the orange, I'm going to just slice up the ginger and set that aside. Now, once I'm done with that, it doesn't matter what size that you cut the ginger anyway, just set that aside. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to I'm going to squeeze my oranges. Now, if you have an electric squeezer, you can do that. Don't be like me. This was so stressful. I feel like the the prep part of this entire drink is the hardest, or should I say the most tedious or the stressful aspect of it. Aside the squeezing, the cutting, the washing and everything, it's just an easy breezy method. Now I'm going to give you a hint, or like a quick method that you can use. But the only reason why I don't do this method that I'm about to share is because I want to remove all the seeds before I do this. So the second method that you can actually do is to cut up your fruits and blend it. However, there is a caveat to that. Now, it's also important to understand the variants of oranges that you have. Now, if you're using a clementine, or you're using clementine, or you're using a mandarin, it's easier to blend. It's preferably to blend, because the skins are the cuties, they call them cutie as well. The cuties are the skins are delicious to eat. they are not they don't slap, they don't have that bitter taste. The white part of it is, the white membrane is not bitter at all. It's sweet to eat, to eat. In fact, sometimes I don't even get to peel the mandarin. I just chew it with the skin and all, because it's full of nutrients. It's full of nutrients. It has that oil, the citrus oil in it going on there. It's great for your skin. It's packed with vitamins. It's just really good, and it's really good for your bowel as well. Anyway, and if I were using just mandarin and or clementines, I would blend it. But if you're using navel orange or any kind of orange, please squeeze it, remove the seeds and all. Now once I'm done squeezing, I like to the next thing to do is to add the juice to a jar. Now you guys already are used to this, my fermenting jar. So add the juice to it. Now I'm going to show you guys don't worry about the pulps and everything. I am going to use the pulps and as well as the juice as well. So nothing is going to waste here. Absolutely nothing is going to waste. Now another trick I also want to share is this. Now if you decide to use navel orange or the locally grown orange, now I'm not so sure about I haven't tested, let me know, so I'm not so sure. I haven't tested the Nigerian orange, but I have done this with the navel orange. If you want to use the entire skin of the navel orange, boil it for a bit before blending. Now when you boil it, it sort of takes out that bitterness that you get from the white part of it. So boil the navel orange before blending the skin. Otherwise, just squeeze it, and you can equally blend it and use it for teas and all. Use it for teas and all. Anyways, so we're using the pulp, we're using the skin, we're using the juice, we're using everything. This is such a sustainable drink. It is such a use it all, there's no waste here. We're using everything. Now if you'd like to see what I did with the navel orange and the Nigerian orange skin later, I will be more than happy to share that with you. So anyway, once I'm done juicing or squeezing out the juices, I add everything including the pulps but without the seed to a jar. Then I go in and add some sugar. Now the full ingredients and measurement will be listed in the caption below, so do ensure to check it out. Now if you've watched my video to this point, you already know what's coming. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You guys do this and it encourages me, it makes me feel so comfortable to put out more and more content. Now stir that to combine and make sure that the sugar has dissolved, and then go in and add some water and stir that some more. The sugar doesn't necessarily have to dissolve completely here. Like I said, the yeast will eat up the sugar during the fermentation period. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going in with the ginger that we sliced up earlier, and I'm setting that aside. And like I said, what I want to use is the clementine skins, so I'm going ahead to chop that up and I'll be adding that to the jar. Again, the navel orange and the Nigerian orange, what did I do to them? You can sun dry them, blend that up and use it as a scrub, or use it in your teas. You can sun dry them, you can dehydrate them in your air fryer or your oven, and use that to make orange loaf, or whatever. You can use it to do so many things. Scrub orange loaf, you can use it for your porridge, you can use it your oatmeal porridge, you can use it for so many things. Even in your granola, you can use it for that. Anyways, I'm going ahead to add the skin of the mandarin, which is the only skin that I want to use for this drink, because I didn't have the time to start boiling the orange, the navel orange and the local orange. Anyway, I stirred that to combine, and it was time to cover this up and leave it in my fermentation space. So one thing I like to do is I like to have a space where I put all my probiotic drinks once I'm done making them. Now again, if you don't have a cheesecloth, you can use a kitchen towel, like the paper towel, to just cover it and secure that with a rubber band. Now this is day 2. It's important that, in making this drink, because of how soft and delicate the skin of the orange is, it's important that you check on your drink every single day. Now what I do is I sort of use a wooden spoon and submerge the drinks and sort of just move it around, squish it around, and make sure that I'm moving around the orange skin and all of that. And the next thing I'm going to do is to cover it up again and still place it back in the dark area. You can leave this on your countertop, but this also depends on how humid or how hot your area is. In Nigeria, it is relatively hot right now, so yeah. Anyway, and this is the 3rd day. You can do this between 2 to 3 days. I recommend that you stop at 24 hours, or if you're feeling bold, you can push it for 3 days, and that's it, no longer than 3 days. Now on the 3rd day, take it out, strain it, and what you have is a delicious this drink. I'm telling you, this drink was so good. It tastes, if you're in Nigeria and you have tried Chivita Active, this drink tastes like Chivita Active. I'm telling you. In fact, I just kept telling myself, I'm sure this is what these people do. I'm sure this is what these people do. There's nobody can tell me otherwise. Now, for the sake of this video, I said I used 3 variants of oranges. Now, if what you have is the Nigerian or the local orange, stick to that. If you have the various oranges, you can use that as well. Now, when you strain that, make sure to sort of squeeze out every drop of juice that you have. You can use a cheesecloth to squeeze that out, and once you're done, go ahead and transfer that to bottles, just like so. Now, if you want your drink to have feeds, that's like gas, like when you open Sprite or Coke and that sound that you hear, that fizzy sound that you hear, if you want that, cover your jars and leave them in your fermentation space for a day or 2, but ensure that you bring it out every day and open the bottle. Ensure that you bring it out every day and open the bottle. Otherwise, if you don't want that feeds and you don't want it to continue to ferment and turn to alcohol, transfer this to a fridge and ensure that you burp it, open it or burp it every single day. Now, I would also advise that you burp it several times in a day so that the gas doesn't, get stuck and, the bottle explodes on you when you're trying to open it. So, I try to, stay clear, tread on caution when I am bottling this. You can use plastic bottles if that's what you have, if you're scared of the bottle exploding or anything. So that's it. I hope that you liked this and I hope that you enjoyed this, and I hope that I have given you wings to fly and go ahead and make more fermented drinks. And don't worry, stick around. I have more recipes of fermented drinks coming your way. Enjoy.